Good afternoon. A very warm welcome to TV47 News Feed this 20th day of the month of May 2021. My name is Grace Josephine and News Feed begins now. The body of a boda rider who has been missing from Tigoni area in Kiambu County has been found buried in a shallow grave near a butchery he previously worked in. According to police, 2 suspects have already been apprehended in the matter as more investigations are being carried out into the murder of one Albert Njenga.
After requesting a 2 weeks investigation window, police have found the body of the deceased boda rider at Tigoni area in Kiambu County. According to the police, the body of Albert Njenga was found buried in a shallow grave near a butchery he previously worked in.
We have been in the search together for long, since Saturday. Now that we have recovered the body, the motorcycle has been recovered and the body recovered. I want the people to exercise some restraint. The law will take its course and we shall do all necessary on our part.
Infuriated residents took to the streets to demonstrate the matter, setting ablaze 2 lorries belonging to a known businessman in the area.
Leo ni subuhi ya masikitiko sababu mmoja wetu ameuawa kinyama. Alikuwa anafanya kazi ya boda. Ni kama siku 6 tangu apotee. Na sisi tumekuwa tukifuatilia pahali alikuwa amepotelea. Wakati tulienda kwa security walikuwa wanajifuta. Lakini asubuhi ya leo amepatikana kama amezikwa kwa hii nyumba.
This guy called Karanja has been mentioned quite in a number of occasions to have been involved in heinous act here, but we have not seen the police take charge of the entire case. So we want to ask the police, when the villagers tell you that we suspect so and so, it is your responsibility to take charge and make sure that you prosecute the matter, investigate, certain whether the villagers are right.
Further investigations into the matter are ongoing. Zainab Mohammed, TV47.
News just in. Ms. Jacqueline Mugo, the Executive Director of the Federation of Kenya Employers and also the Secretary General of the Business Africa, is addressing the press. Let's cross over there and listen in.
May and will continue until the 19th of June. During this conference, one of the areas that will be focused on is the impact of COVID-19, the ILO's response, the role of employers, and indeed the role of other social partners in addressing social protection. We want also to look at the strategic objective of social protection and what does it take to have a robust social protection cover in a country such as ours. The Federation of Kenya Employers is taking part in this International Labour Organization annual conference, and as employers we're looking forward to the outcomes on international policies and national policies and standards that will be geared towards conducive business environment, towards decent work, and also towards strengthening measures that assist Kenya to design a robust social protection system, which we believe is a precondition for a sustainable and inclusive growth of the economy and to facilitate the creation of jobs by employers. That's what I wanted to share, but we can discuss the details in the question and answer session. Let me hand back to the National President.
Yeah, thank you very much. And as I conclude, I think I would like to touch a little bit on the political situation. I think we are now about a year and a few months away from the general elections, and we expect that soon Kenya will be fully engaged in a campaign mode. That we for sure know that it's coming. But we wish to remind our leaders to embrace dialogue in sorting out differences and conduct the campaigns peacefully. And finally, as I conclude, we again call upon Kenyans to exercise caution and heed the government's call to observe the COVID-19 protocols. We must not lower our guard. In the meanwhile, we urge the government to expedite the vaccination program and partner with the private sector to ensure that as many Kenyans get the jab in their arms as early as practically possible. The Federation reiterates individual responsibility in keeping safe. And these are basically very simple steps. You sanitize, you wear a mask, and maintain social distance. So with those few remarks, thank you very much, and may God bless you.
That is a story we will definitely be following up for you in our subsequent bulletins. Now, moving on, for 3 days now, residents of Soweto in Kayole have been tirelessly looking for the body of a resident who threw himself into Ngong River along Embakasi Bridge. According to relatives, Daniel Omondi lost his job, and frustrations over his failed attempts to secure a job knocked him into depression. Daniel has left behind a wife and 2 children. Divers searching for his body are now urging NMS to help in retrieving the body. The residents are also urging the government to put guardrails along the bridge.
Nilikuwa nimeenda ushirika, nikapigiwa simu, ndugu yake amejiingiza kwa sewage. Sasa sikujua shida ni nini. Venye nikifikiria venye alikuwa ananieleza, huenda ni stress ya pesa ndio ilifanya ateleze kwa maji. Alianguka jana mwendo wa saa 11:30. Paka saa hii hajapatikana. Tulipiga ripoti police station na walikuja na hakuna chochote wamefanya. Tunaomba serikali waweze kuingilia ndani ili watusaidie venye anaweza toka kwa maji.
Sisi tumekuja asubuhi, tumepata mtu alianguka jana saa 11. Lakini hakuna mtu alimuokoa. Sasa leo ndio siku pita ndio wakasema sasa tuwasaidie.
Nikaona wenzangu wanapambana, wanatafuta jamaa mwenye nilikuwa ninaweza sikia nimeambiwa ya kwamba alianguka jana jioni. Mimi nikaona sitapita hivyo. Lazima tutasaidiana pamoja mpaka wakati atapatikana. Kwa sasa hatujampata, lakini bado tunapambana.
Moving on, farmers from Kakamega, Bungoma and Busia counties want the national government to put proper structures for the revival of Mumias Sugar Company. The farmers, who have also demanded for audit reports since the receiver manager took over management of the company 2 years ago, now declare that they have been left out as key stakeholders in the whole revival process. Violet Ouma with the details.
Speaking during a presser in Mumias town, sugarcane farmers from Western region said it is absurd for the government to continue with Mumias Sugar Company revival plans without involving all stakeholders.
Haiwezekani tuambiwe ya kwamba kiwanda hiki kinataka kufufuliwa na ili hali sisi wakulima ambayo tumeumia kufuatana na kufungwa kwa hiki kiwanda hatujaambiwa chochote. Mumias Sugar Company ikiwa haiwezi kuendelea kusiaga sukari katika nchi ya Kenya. Na unajua Mumias Sugar Company inatoa more than 70% ya sukari ambayo inakuwa consumed katika nchi ya Kenya. Ni kumaanisha tutakuwa tumepatia wale sugar barons nafasi ya kuendelea kuingiza sukari katika nchi ya Kenya, wa Kenya wakiumia. Kwa hivyo tunataka tuchukue nafasi hii kumrai Uhuru Kenyatta na serikali yake kuhakikisha kwamba kampuni hii imeamka.
According to Deputy Secretary of Kenya National Federation of Sugarcane Farmers, Simon Wesechere, over 40,000 farmers out of 96,000 outgrower farmers have uprooted cane and ventured in other crops.
The majority of the farmers wamepanda mahindi. So a serious investor ambaye anasema mambo ya going concern ya Mumias Sugar Company which is cane crushing, ni lazima akae na wakulima ndio tuwe na imani na yeye ya kwamba kweli ataendeleza ukuzaji wa miwa.
They have also demanded an audit report of the company since the receiver manager Rao Ponangipal took over the management of the company 2 years ago.
Tujue ni kiasi gani imelipwa, ni kiasi gani kama inabaki ni kwa nini, kwa sababu ethanol production imekuwa ikiendelea for maximum for a period of not less than 2 years.
They said lack of raw materials was one of the key challenge that was bedeviling Mumias Sugar Company, and an investor should come up with Ken development strategy before the miller is reopened.
Shida ya kwanza ambayo ilileta problem ambayo ilifanya Mumias Sugar Company iweze kuanguka, number 1 ni lack of raw material. Kwa hivyo haiwezekani ya kwamba mtu anaweza kuja hapa aseme kwamba nataka kufufua kiwanda hiki kama hajawahi kuzungumza na wakulima. So we are demanding that we have a public participation.
Speaking in a separate event, Lugari MP Ayub Savula and his counterpart for Lurambi Titus Hamala said government has found an investor, assuring Ken farmers that Mumias Sugar Company will be reopening very soon.
Tumekubaliana na mwekezaji anaitwa Devki, amesema anaweka shilingi bilioni 5 Mumias Sugar Company iamuke. Na hata vile nilikuwa nimekaa hapa amenipigia simu akasema nipange mkutano wa wajumbe tuendelee mbele.
Ako Rai, you have money, but we don't fear you with your money. You are the one killing our lives here. Rai. Na umeweka watu kwa mfuko ambao inatakana wao wakiongea Kenya hii kutetea.
Isio wanatufanyia mzaha ili wafanye jinsi ambavyo walifanya pad paper. Wakanunua kile kiwanda, wakajifanya kwamba nataka kukifufua na wakakifanya ikakuwa store ya kuleta sukari. So we want to warn that investor, and we want to ask the government to ensure that wanatuletea investor ambaye anakuja kufufua kiwanda cha Mumias Sugar Company.
Violet Auma, TV47, Kakamega.
Moving on, the Dutch national carrier KLM, part of the Air France KLM group, will in October this year commence direct flights to Mombasa as the airline seeks to further strengthen its presence in East Africa. The carrier will operate 2 flights a week on Thursday and a Sunday respectively, flying the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner between Amsterdam and Mombasa starting October 3rd, with a loop to Nairobi from Mombasa. KLM General Manager for East Africa, Arthur De Flent Haller, said the flights to Mombasa will mainly target leisure travelers to the coastal city by offering a direct flying experience. Economic data shows the number of international tourists arriving in Kenya through its 2 major airports in Nairobi and Mombasa has been rising as countries gradually ease COVID-19 restrictions. KLM has been flying to East Africa since 1969 and on May 19th celebrated 52 years of operating in Kenya. "13 minutes past the hour, we take our very fast, quick breather. Don't go too far away. We'll be right back.
Wondering what next in a crowded, confused and uncertain career market after KCSE? Worry no more. TV47, the fastest growing youth targeted TV station across the 47 counties, brings you an entire month of career options and choice opportunities across all the leading universities and TVET institutions. We have put together a rich group of experts who will guide you through your career aspirations throughout the month of May. This will climax with a virtual career fair scheduled for the 28th of May at the University of Nairobi Auditorium. All relevant stakeholders are invited to reserve a seat via david.katiku@tv47.co.ke or careersfair@tv47.co.ke on 0791 999 883.
New Blue Band peanut butter. Made with 100% pure peanuts and a good source of omega-6. Grow healthy and happy kids with New Blue Band peanut butter.
Hey, now that's hitting the right notes. When life gets boring, we bring out our play. You see, playfulness is in our DNA. It's in the way we move, and laugh. It's in the way we walk, the way we rock, and how we just don't stop. You feel me? We add color to everything, to every day and every dish, because the world needs our crazy. We're the different flavors that make life more exciting. We're the ones who add color to every moment. Fanta, color every moment.
A very warm welcome back. Now, the government has launched the construction of low-cost houses worth 2 billion shillings under the Affordable Housing Program in Bondeni, Nakuru County. The project, a joint venture between private sector Kings Developers Limited and the State Department for Housing and Urban Development, is set to be completed in 30 months. The project has 605 housing units comprising 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartment units sitting on a 7-acre piece of land. Housing and Urban Development Principal Secretary Charles Ahinga said the project was a demonstration of the principle of collaboration adopted in the AHP, which focused on facilitating private sector developers to invest and drive a new subsector in the housing market.
Ownership. And there is nothing that is as better than owning a home. Because owning a home, you can be able to go out there and get a loan and build a small business.
And in recent years, and I want to assure you, in another 10, 20 years, these slums and informal settlements that we have all over, people living in conditions that are not very humanizing, are all going to be a thing of the past.
Development is massive. I just want you to think about when you hear somebody saying, hii serikali ni kukopa na hakuna maendeleo. Surely, if this is happening just here in Nakuru, what about other areas?
Since inception in 2008, King's developers have done a number of successful projects in both residential and commercial sector. We have achieved 3 of the agenda and plan very soon to launch a hospital to fulfill the 4th agenda.
So the community of this area, not only in Kivumbini, but also Biashara and Flamingo, they are going to benefit. And they are going to be also a blessing to you, because when they eat from this project, I know they are going to also appreciate, because for 30 months, if a family can get food for 30 months, you know, it's a big deal for us. So we appreciate you and we are going to give you support.
The Water Services Regulatory Board, or WASREB, has called on water companies to put measures in place to control non-revenue water that amounts to a loss of 8 billion shillings annually. Speaking in Narok Town while issuing a license to the Narok Water and Sewerage Company, the chairman of WASREB, Joshua Irongo, lamented that the loss was mainly caused by water theft and water leakage caused by worn-out pipes. He also added that water companies need to enhance capacity building among water staff, all in a bid to reduce incidences of water shortage among consumers.
When water is water theft, is water leakage, water theft and all that we are losing more than 8 billion Kenya shillings that can go to water, extension of water and making sure that everyone have water.
Of water within Narok Town is 4,000 cubic meters. Which actually is very enough, but still we are worried because the population of Narok is seriously growing. Bearing in mind that this is the highway to Nairobi We are also having Bomet. We have Nakuru. So it is a converging zone, I can say.
Murang'a County Governor Mwangi wa Iria has underscored the need for benchmarking among counties, saying the move can boost development in devolved units. A team of officers from Elgeyo Marakwet County visited Murang'a to learn more about dairy farming and performance of cooperative movements. The governor observed that some regions are associated with specific political parties, saying divisive politics should not be a reason to block consultation and learning from other counties. Wairia on Thursday said counties can learn from each other for the benefit of local residents. Murang'a County government is known for investing greatly in dairy farming, where the devolved administration assisted in the establishment of a milk processing plant at Maragwa area.
But tumejifunza mengi. Governor tunashukuru kwa sababu hii yenye umetengeneza hapa Murang'a Cooperative Creameries. Hata sisi tunataka kuwa na ile inaitwa Elma Cooperative Creameries. Elma kwa sababu yetu ni Elgeyo Marakwet Elma Milk. Tuko na pia coolers ambazo wewe ulianza kuweka hapa, na hiyo mikakati yote tunataka ili pesa iingie kwa mikono ya wakulima.
Hii factory na hii program inalisha familia zaidi ya